I just wanted to reach out today on this chosen conversation and just say something. But before I do, I'm so glad that you are here. And a lot of you are saying that you're not getting your notifications. You have to make sure that not only you subscribe, but you click the bell so that you will receive all the notifications, okay? But I just wanted to reach out today on this chosen conversation just to let you know something. God revealed to me that He chose you, and some of you ain't thinking about Him. Some of you are having the same experience that God is feeling. You know, you chose someone, but they rejected you. You don't understand because you've been so good. You've been so faithful. You did everything. You were there for them. And then out of the blue, they ghosted you. Or you worked twice as hard and you know that you were deserving of the promotion, but for whatever reason, they didn't choose you. You're always there for your friends whenever they're going through trials and tribulations, or whenever they need you in any capacity. You're always there to be available, to lend a helping hand, but they never think about you. God is saying that is a direct reflection of our relationship. God says that I chose y'all. But for some of you, you're not choosing me. You're so concerned about what others think, how they feel, and why they're not choosing you. But the reason why they're not choosing you is because, well, I chose you and you ain't even thinking about me. How many of you ever been in a situation where you chose somebody and you sure enough really care and love them, but they rejected you? They're not thinking about you. And sometimes that is a direct reflection of our relationship with God. Some of us, we take God for granted sometimes, chosen ones, and we feel that God is always going to be there. But we're so frustrated and so angry or so hurt when other people just leave us out, when they don't choose us, when they don't include us, when we're severely misunderstood. Some of us are attracted to people who don't want us, so we go on this relentless battle to win them over, and we chase them, and they get further and further away. God is saying, I understand exactly how you feel because I feel that way about you. I have been chasing you. I chose you. I protected you. I've made provisions for you. I've made ways out of no ways for you. I'm there for you. I'm always there for you to cry on, for you to rely on, for you to depend on. I wake you up every morning. You're borrowing my breath and you ain't even having to pay me back. But I chose you, but for whatever reason, you ain't thinking about me. So on this chosen conversation today, I want you to know that God chose you. It doesn't matter who didn't choose you. They didn't choose you because they were not supposed to choose you. Because sometimes we are attracted to darkness. And as a chosen one, we reflect light. So a lot of times when people reject us, they don't pick us, they don't include us, they don't like us, it's because our power and our frequency and our light disturbs them. It makes them uncomfortable. And sometimes it's too powerful for people that are not in alignment with the Creator. So I want you to think about that. That if you're wrestling today because somebody you chose, or somebody that you're into, they ain't thinking about you. If you're wrestling today because for whatever reason you're always being taken for granted. If you're struggling today because your heart has been broken in a million pieces because you're really feeling somebody and they ain't thinking about you, I want you to think about how God feels when we ignore him, how he feels when he constantly chases us and we don't succumb to his brilliance and to his relationship. Think about how God feels all the time when he's just waiting to have a relationship and talk to you and build you up so that you can awaken to your full potential to live out your dreams, which is his dreams in this earth. Because believe it or not, you had the thought because God gave you the thought. And God is saying, I chose you, but you ain't thinking about me. I don't know who I'm talking to today. God chose you, but you ain't thinking about me. I want to give you a scripture here. Ephesians 1:4. He chose us in him before the foundation of the world so that we should be holy and without blame before him in love. And in John 15 and 16, I'm so excited about this one. You didn't choose me, but I chose you and appointed you that you would go and bear fruit, and that your fruit would remain, so that whatever you ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. That's what Jesus is saying. Your whole purpose in this life is to be prosperous, to bear fruit in every capacity. Spiritually, mentally, physically, and financially. And sometimes we are attracted to people that will cripple us, abuse us, misuse us, and make sure that we don't produce fruit because we're concerned about them. But I'm here to let you know that God is concerned about you. And the reason they didn't choose you, it's because God chose you. The reason the world rejects you is because you belong to the kingdom of heaven. The reason they're not concerned about you is because you're not concerned about God. The reason that they may take you for granted is because your light makes them run. You belong to God. You roll different, you float different, you think different, the frequency coming off of you is all different. And if a person is not aligned with that frequency, they run. Let them go. Because God is saying, I chose you. And until the next video, guys, peace, because I still believe in you. Bye now.